hapon po. Ako po si Emmanuel De Ocampo, or Manny De Ocampo to most. I'm the eldest son of Colonel Emmanuel De Ocampo of the 47th Hunters Division in the Philippines. Many were wondering why I and my fellow sons and daughters of the Hunters ROTC Incorporated, such as Professor Caganilla, have been doing this, doing the documentaries, writing and everything. Actually, some people thought we were trying to change some histories. No. This is about the untold story of the war, World War II, especially on the guerrilla side, and trying to change the mentality of the current youth who had developed a disinterest in the history of those times, because it was always shown as a defeatist side of our life. The true spirit of Bataan and Corregidor was ultimately lost, and only the spirit of surrender, defeatism, was propagated. We are here to tell this story behind those people who really fought, what they really fought for, and what it really stood for. Bataan was not a defeat for us. It was a victory. And this shows, we want to show this as what we really are, Filipinos who won. My father was 18 years old when he went up the mountain. Together, the hunters' average age when they went up the mountain was 19 years old. These were a group of teenagers, barely out of their teens, who went up the mountain with nothing but this: the heart of a fighter and a love for the country. They went on, trained, and fought, and won. In fact, the hunters figured in so many battles in central and southern Luzon, and even in some northern portion like the Batanes Island, and in some Pangasinan, which is mostly intelligence networks. Yeah, but like the uncle of Professor Caganilla, who was an intelligence and a combat officer seasoned in the southern portion of Luzon, Cavite specifically. His uncle fought from Cavite straight to Quezon in the running battle. They were fighting with nothing but stolen arms. Fighting a superpower that has not been defeated during those times. But they were beating them back. In fact, Pugad Lawin became a sore eye or sore thumb in the Japanese history of not being defeated. 19 boys ambushed and killed and fought a seasoned mountain troops of 200 Japanese, literally wiping them out. These were the untold stories. Pugad Lawin is the boundary between Rizal and Quezon, Laguna. My father was 18 years old. Terry Aligoso was 20. They were disbanded because they were too young. They were not allowed to fight in Corregidor, Bataan. MacArthur and Quezon ordered their disbandment so that to preserve supposedly the youth. They were not allowed to fight, but they decided to go up the mountain. The hunters were fighting long before Corregidor, Bataan. They were thinking they could relieve the pressure from Bataan. But it just like that, overnight thing. They had to suffer losses. In fact, the uncle, who is Stacy Bear here?
Yes, Stacy Bear, it's right there.
The uncle of Stacy. Oh, Mike Ver. He's the very first commanding officer, organizing officer of the Hunters ROTC. But he was also the biggest and the very first casualty of the Hunters. So from then, we learned, adjusted, and coped. What we're saying is, my God, these are 18 years old, 19, fighting the best army during that time, and winning. That's what we're trying to say. Filipinos are not losers. We don't have that defeatist attitude. We will win and we will win. And they did. With nothing but this. That is the hunter, and that was the guerrillas. From Apari to Holo. I can tell you stories about the Mindanao movements, the Muslims fought with the guerrillas who were victors. But this was never told. This was the untold story. So that's why we labeled the film, and Professor Dr. Carganilla here did more than just 30 years of research. What we are doing is not an overnight thing. It was not a research done for 1 week, 1 year, 2 years, or even 10 years. This is a research done for more than 30 years. And we made sure of that. He made sure of that. This is a legacy left to us. And we plan to show the world that you, our fathers, have something. We cannot just let go. So ultimately, I'm sorry for being emotional, but that's what it is. I just lost my father last December. And this is what we call this unfinished business. We're planning to finish it. Thank you.